Good morning, everybody. Welcome into the weekend. Saturday, the 5th of November 2022. I said the weekend and then said Friday. I think I've gone a little bit bonkers. Saturday, the 5th of November 2022. In the UK here, it's bonfire night. All hail Guy Fawkes. Probably the only sensible man that went into Parliament with any sane choices. And tonight's the night we celebrate Guy Fawkes. Yay! Okay, so yeah, whatever. Said today. I'm Spirit of Life Alchemy, and this is your morning message tarot reading, in case you didn't know. We have, so this is day 6 in our week of endings and beginnings, pauses and portals. My annual Between Realms week, where 31st of October is the popular date that Samhain's actually is celebrated. But astrologically, Samhain marks the midpoint between 0 degrees Libra autumn equinox and 0 degrees Capricorn at winter solstice, which makes the midpoint 15 degrees of Scorpio. And the sun is actually at 15 degrees of Scorpio on the 7th of November. So we have this week of in-between times. If I do, and I'm inviting you all to join me. Releasing the old year and then moving into the new year. We have some astrology for today. So the moon is in Aries all day and it's going to form a conjunction with Chiron. Also, we're going to have Venus making an opposition to Uranus. So this is about healing old heart wounds, heartbreak and love, blockages that we have around love. Remember yesterday's themes, that was all about love, wasn't it? Universal love or intrinsic love. We're connecting into that. It feels like we're healing the wounds so that we can integrate into that energy. They're being highlighted. And today we might get the breakthroughs. Through the chaos come sudden surprises, breakthroughs and liberations from what's held us small, what's held us trapped, cracking open the heart and revealing us in our vulnerabilities. I think that particularly is a theme of eclipse season this year, because Venus was in conjunction with the sun and the moon in Scorpio at the new moon solar eclipse on the 25th of October. Okay, so this is what we're looking at and examining in the emotional depths of Scorpio, trudging through our own emotional quagmire and looking for the treasure. Okay, so let's do some cards, see what the cards have to say for today. Yeah, take it from there. So what have we got? We've got the Marielle Tarot deck and we've got the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Oh, on the bottom we have soulmates. You couldn't make it up. And serendipity. I just love it. Okay, keep on track. And breathe. So, okay, what do we need to know for today? Saturday the 5th of November 2022. Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. What help, advice, support and guidance can Spirit give the collective to help us navigate today's energies for our highest and greatest good in this week, and in this whole week of endings and new beginnings, pauses and portals as we release the old year, enter the new year and work our way through the Scorpio eclipse season. So let's see, what have we got? Deep knowing. We know it all, just sometimes we forget that we know it all. But if we stop and in silence and stillness and peace, we can tune into that deep knowing. And that's what we need to do in times of chaos and conflict. When when the outer world is in chaos, it's about tuning into the quiet voice inside, in the heart, in the gut, and listening to the deep knowing. No place like home. For me, this is all about home is where the heart is, and that's where the deep knowing is. And when it's all a bit crazy outside, which we seem to have quite a lot of that at the moment, Pluto transiting through the last few degrees of Capricorn. I'm in the UK, as you know, and the other last week or something, I don't know if any of you watch politics and things like that, but it's been quite crazy. Politics in the UK has been quite crazy the last few months. And I remember I said to my partner, I said, oh, if you ever wanted a metaphor for Pluto going through the last degrees of Capricorn, you just have to look outside your front door at the moment. Because it is just bonkers out there, the power, clinging on to power for their dear lives and everything. It's like, we're gonna keep control of everything. And it's just like, just absolutely bonkers to watch it. And I know sort of, we're going towards what's looking like is going to be a very, very difficult winter. And lots of suffering and things. Just together we can get through it all. And I think, again, in big situations like that, and I know it's extremely hard. I know when I've been through real crisis points in my life, it can be really hard not to get caught up in the chaos and the conflicts. But the message is, and it has been for these last few days, just connecting in and knowing that you're connected to not the chaos on the 3D, but the big universal, multiversal, whatever it is that we're part of, the galactic family. Everyone's got their own opinions, and I don't think any of us know for sure what it's all about, and whether we have these beliefs because they give us comfort, or we have a deep knowing that is deeper than our conscious knowing, that we know we're part of something bigger, and we know we've got that connection. And when we do things like meditate or journal or walk in nature or have spiritual practices, it connects us back into that. So that's what we need to be connecting into. Another thing I have is a really a really good relationship with the cosmic joke, which is why I laugh so much at things, and like gallows sense of humour, and seeing the humour in the darkness of life, and also it is also one of my defence mechanisms. To the first reaction to lots of things, even horrendous things, is to just laugh, because it just releases the stress. So yes, I do laugh a lot, and I think for me one of the ways to get through crescendos of awfulness is to just laugh at the ridiculousness of it all, even though I do appreciate and understand that it's not ridiculous when you're going through it. And I know we're just all anticipating a really difficult time, but those people trying to cling on to the power, they're the ridiculous ones. And just watching it crumble, living through it crumbling, I find that amusing. So anyway, I hope you understand what I mean. In my daily practices and things like that, I always send out love and connection. And I hope I do through this channel as well, and help to bring people together. because that's like some of the intentions for this channel, and it's been my spiritual practice for many years now, whether I'm doing morning meditations or something, or even when I do Reiki on clients, and I have Reiki clients in, and it's like any excess energy to go down the couch, out through the walls and everything of my home, out into the earth, and out throughout the whole world. So that love centered stuff is in my daily practice. But yeah, I still find the bonkers the situation that we're going through funny, but that's my coping mechanism. So anyway, sorry about getting distracted again. Okay, right, pull yourself together. Okay, connected into my heart. Let's do some tarot. Okay. So what do we need to know for Saturday the 5th of November 2022? Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. What help, advice, support and guidance can Spirit give the collective to help us navigate today's energies for our highest and greatest good? In light that we're of us going through this week of endings and new beginnings, pauses and portals, what do we need to know? And what do we need to start thinking about for moving into the new year? I do think the love message is a big one to be taken and carrying forward, using this week to connect into that energy, that love energy, and integrating it, and have that as one of the foundation energies that you're carrying forward into the new year. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, so we've got the Six of Discs, Six of Pentacles. We've got the Sun, which came up yesterday. We have the Knight of Cups, messages of love. We have the Fool that came up yesterday. And we have the Two of Cups. Lots of love around. And then we have the Five of Swords. We have Justice. We have the Eight of Swords. And then at the bottom we have the Three of Wands. We have the Knight of Discs. And I'm going to take the Page of Wands and the Page of Discs. Oh, and we have to have the Lovers as well. Okay. And I'm going to leave that there, because that might come in. That really, for me, connects to everything as well. Yes, we're going to have the Seven of Swords, only because the way I read it in this deck. Okay, so where we find ourselves, the Six of Discs in the middle, reciprocity, give and take. Could be a little windfall coming in that you weren't expecting, money coming in that isn't your wages or, your usual forms of income coming in. It could also be that exchange of energy. Money is energy when it comes down to it. And it's like sometimes, especially sort of when we fit in lack and we don't think we've got enough, or we're fearful of the future, like at the moment with things like the cost of living crisis and, inflammation. No, that's wrong. Inflation. Inflation. It can be a concern. And a natural instinct is to hold on to money to get you through. When we hold on to things, whether it's physically, emotionally, or mentally, or even spiritually, what it does is it causes stagnation. And when we get stagnation, we get congestion. I come from a complementary medicine background, so sort of one of the things I do in my practice is to help clear the stagnation, to clear the congestion, to get the blood and the lymph flowing again, to calm the nervous system, to release and reduce the stress and just get that flow again. And it's the same whether you're working on a human being as a therapist. You know, there's basic principles to which we work with. Reduce the stress, calm and reset the nervous system, balance the hormones, clear stagnation and congestion, and get things flowing and get things in balance. And then, you know, the body then is capable of bringing itself back into dynamic homeostasis. I say dynamic homeostasis because when you think of homeostasis, you're just thinking of this balance, and it isn't. The body is, all the systems are every second sending messages, signals and messages back to the brain and back to the hypothalamus and things like that. And the hypothalamus is sending signals to the pituitary gland, to the nervous system, and micromanaging sort of hormone levels and, you know, reactions throughout the body. So it's dynamic. It isn't just sort of all balanced like that. There's this constant sort of readjustments being made. Okay, so I didn't think I was gonna go down a complementary therapies route today, but there you go. Hopefully you've learned something today. So yeah, we clear the congestion and the stagnation, and we get the flow coming back. So for an example with money is sort of being fearful of bills coming in and paying bills. If you can pay the bills, or you know, pay part of the bills, if you can pay the bills, pay in gratitude, and, you know, send the money out from a place of love rather than from fear, because the love goes out and it comes back threefold. It might not come back as money, it might come back as help from somebody else, or, you know, come back in a different way. But one of the laws of the universe is that return of threefold. So what you send out, you know, comes back threefold. So yeah, give and take, reciprocity in all things. And shining your light, the sun, your core identity is, as we were talking about yesterday with the sun card and the seven of wands, and was there something, those other cards as well, but I just remember sort of the light of the sun and the seven of wands. So we've got the sun shining in your element no matter what. Remember yesterday we were talking about the Five of Pentacles and lack, and it's like come back inside, connecting, that deep knowing of it's going to be all right. Okay, when we're in chaos and conflict, our mind wants to go into worst case scenarios, and every time I've been sort of standing over the abyss and even sort of starting to fall into the abyss, something has come through to get me across to the other side. Amongst my friends, you know, it's well known, and, you know, it's become a standing joke now of sort of that something fluttering in just as you need it. And I'm sure that is because I live in this sense of trust and serenity. But yeah, each time, and so when you've got 20 or 30 years of these experiences, and each time, you know, hindsight is great. Sometimes it's really beneficial. You can see these patterns, and you can go, okay, I can trust a little bit more this time. And so that's what we do. So we hold our light, and then messages of love come in. The Knight of Cups. It doesn't have to be romantic love. It could just be the right person saying the right thing at the right time for you, or the right words of a song on the radio, or, you know, overhearing a conversation on the bus, or reading something, or, you know, it can come in a multitude of ways, but it will be a message of love. And it helps us in this new beginning. Okay, what we're saying at the beginning of the reading about connecting to the love, and love maybe being the thing that you want to, that connectiveness being the thing that you want to take into the new year. We've got the Fool. Spirit is telling us, take the love with you. Take it with you, integrate it, take it into the new year. And it grows into love. Love creates love. Okay, you start off with self-love. You bring yourself into balance. Love comes back at you. The Two of Cups here. And then the clarifiers, we've got the Five of Swords. Now usually this is about sort of self-sabotage for me. And in this deck, and especially with the cards that have come out, we might, being in this new way might make us feel very vulnerable, and our old patterns might be to self-sabotage. Here we've got a naked figure, we've got a baby wrapped in swaddling here, green swaddling, green, the heart chakra. And then all around them are owls, wise owls, deep knowing. Okay, so and there is an owl. There's an owl on there as well, and we've got the green and the flesh colour. It's like sort of, yeah, you're going to feel vulnerable if this is new to you, but don't sabotage, don't self-sabotage. Because you're going through a time of karmic rebalancing, karmic readjustment, balancing the scales, coming back into homeostasis and harmony, okay, fairness. When we're connected into higher vibration energies, and the vibration of love is the highest vibration, we change things. The universe responds to us and comes back at us at the same vibration. And then we come to the Eight of Swords, and looking like you're locked out of paradise. But when you look at the gates, it's not locked. You can just open those gates. We can open the gates to our mind. We can free ourselves from the prison. We can enter Eden or paradise, or the land of abundance, or however you want to see it. It's open to us. We just have to face our vulnerability and open the gates. Okay, cards at the bottom. I noticed there's another storm's coming. I've never known such a rainy October into November. Just so much torrential rain, which is, I'm grateful for it after the very dry, hot summer we had, replenishing sort of the water basins and things. So anyway, back to the reading. The first thing I'm noticing, all the red in the cards underneath. So first of all, we've got the Three of Wands, manifestation, our prayers being answered. Yesterday we had the Two of Wands, looking at the options, the potentials and things, making our prayers, making requests to the universe, what we want to bring in. Three of Wands is the prayers being answered, the manifestation of the desires or the possibilities. With the Knight of Discs, Knight of Pentacles, patience, step by step, slowly. Okay, it doesn't happen in a sudden change. We do the work, we show up every day, we do the work, we gradually change ourselves from the inside out. And that brings the Page of Wands, new inspirations, okay? It's new energy, it's young energy, and we work with it and we grow it. With the Page of Discs, the Page of Pentacles, we're learning something new. We're learning a new way of being, and to trust that and to grow with it, grow that spark of inspiration. I don't know if you've ever lit a fire or something like that, and you've got little flames in your kindling and everything, and you just have to keep working it and just gently flaming it for the fire to grow and to take. Sort of little inspirations can be like that. We have to just keep going back and working on them, but not overdoing it. Just, keeping in balance and growing it. And then we come to the Lovers. So the major arcana card are the Two of Cups here. We've got the red and the white. We've got the masculine and the feminine here, balancing our energies and coming into harmony. And it can be love as well. Okay, but we only attract the right people to us when we're in the right vibration ourselves. Otherwise, we attract mirrors that bring us something to learn about ourselves. So you can only do that for so long, and then you realise, I've got to do the work on myself. And then as you do the work on yourself, suddenly the person that comes into your life, the mirror, actually reflects back on that high vibration to you. Completely changes things. As I disappear into the darkness behind me. It was so light when I started. And then we finish up with the Seven of Swords, which usually is a thief in the night. But in this step, we've got, it's like the crow or the raven and the snake. But the thing I notice in this is the green stone, and both creatures have got green eyes. And it's about connecting to the love energy. The jewel. And yeah, finding the treasure. And again, which brings us back to Scorpio season. We've got no escape from, you know, the emotional sewers that we're working through. But yeah, message throughout: connect to the heart, connect to love, connect to balance, doing the work. The Seven of Swords is often about sort of, you know, keeping things close to your chest, working on things diligently and quietly, not shouting out loud from the rooftops, because that's when you're developing something, you know, it's apt to be stolen by somebody else. So quietly doing the work on yourself until you're ready to go out there. Anyway, before the veil completely engulfs me here into darkness, thank you for watching. I hope the reading resonated with you. I know it was a long one today. Sometimes I just do that. I just get caught up in messages and stuff. Anyway, I hope it resonated for you. Please do like, share and subscribe to the channel to help me grow the channel. Click on the wiggly bell for notifications. If you'd like a personal reading from me, then email me at the email address below this video in the descriptions box. Have a wonderful Saturday. If you're going out to celebrate Guy Fawkes night and bonfire night, have a wonderful time and keep safe. Okay, thank you for watching. Until tomorrow, thank you. It's always the third time.